when people experience your work, what do you want them to feel rather than think?
So art have this possibility like to be a portal that you don't have to understand everything. You have, it's not a lesson that I learn in my life, but it's a lesson that I try to update in my perception of. I can do it. Celebration, oh, come on. A celebration, a celebration. And the first film that they saw in the cinema was them on the screen. Como posso saber de onde venho se a semente profunda eu não toquei?
Have you ever crossed a border that wasn't on a map? A moment and a place that felt familiar suddenly felt foreign. Because today we are diving into the individual life, culture, and emotions. The border you only notice when you have already crossed them. And to guide us through it, we have a filmmaker who have made these moments his canvas. Pavel Tavares. He's the one on our podcast today, and enjoy this podcast. Thank you. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back again. We have an amazing guest. This is Ego behind the logo. My name is Nate, and we have an amazing guest here. So, Pavel, if you have to explain what you do for the people in your own words, what would it be?
Oh, this is always a challenge, also because year by year, I like try to engage with different aspects of mostly art.
Yeah.
To connect with different human topics that kind of go through me. But I can say that primarily I work with audiovisual, with films. I started with documentaries, but I slowly get more into fiction, into performance, and now it's like a hybrid, always using audiovisual as a big source, but also music, poetry, performance to complement what it needs depending of the project.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of your work. Even I was telling you off camera, and it's really inspiring for people who loves art, who admire art. I really appreciate that. And the one thing I want to ask you is what actually inspired you to do what you do right now?
When I went out from the school in Brazil for a long time ago, I was with the idea of studying anthropology because I was thinking in this like young moment that I wanna understand more the human kind of the humanity, and I was thinking that anthropology could help me. But when I went to the university, I perceived that was too much theory and not so many encounters. So I had like a long path of these encounters and trying to see which thing could give me this kind of approach to the other, to myself also in the other. And slowly I start to perceive that art was like maybe the good path to approach this. And in this moment I was really a cinephile, so I start to try directly with cinema, first going a lot to the films like I was studying, but I was and this is not something to do, but I was not going to the mathematics classes in the university because it was at the same time that they like.
I mean, everybody hates mathematics.
And I was going to the cinema of the museum, and I started to see a lot of films, like more alternative films, different films, and this gave me like this courage to try other things. And I tried to go to a cinema school, and I entered. But at the same time was in a like small countryside of Brazil, one of the new universities that the government made in this moment. And I like it very much, but I was feeling this like, no, but I need to go to not only a bigger place because I'm from the countryside in my region, but also to a different place that gives me more about the unknown, about the different. So I get out again from the university 3 times. And in Brazil is hard because it's public university, but it's a lot of competition. And my family is not like is not a family with a lot of resources. Let's say is a family from in Brazil, like lower middle class. So it was really hard to my family. No, you're gonna go out from the university, but I was following my heart. And the good thing is that my both parents, even with some kind of resistance, because they are people with a lot of love, they gave me, okay, we trust you. We're gonna be hard. This life of an artist without a lot of resources, we're gonna be hard. But if you want to try, let's go. So I went to the big city in Brazil, São Paulo, but was too huge for me. São Paulo is like Babylonia, totally. So there in São Paulo, in the crisis, I saw like in YouTube, like a banner that was study in Argentina, in Buenos Aires. I'm like, if nothing's happening here, let's try. And I get it even further. So I made all the bureaucracy to try to go to Buenos Aires, because now they're changing, but in this moment, Buenos Aires and Argentina have public universities that anybody in the world could go and do. Like if you are from Ethiopia, if you are from Brazil, if you are from... Doesn't matter, you can go to the university there. And this is really nice, because it's a country built on immigration and a story of people that are fighting for their rights. And I went there and I started to study design of image and sound in this university. And with this, I start to use the tool of audiovisual to get to know people in different areas and different places.
So you went to Buenos Aires. You went to the capital of Brazil.
Yeah, to not the capital, but let's say the financial and cultural capital.
Okay.
That is São Paulo. That is...
Yeah, the capital is Rio, right? Rio de Janeiro.
Now, the capital was first Salvador, after Rio for a long time. And from really not a long time now, I think 60 years, is Brasília. That is a city made from scratch in the middle of Brazil. It's a really weirdo city, because it's like a city that an architect designed it. So it's so strange. And I also went there. I was working at television for 2 months there, because people call me.
Okay.
And I liked the city, but it's really, you have to, if you go to Brazil,
it's different.
Yeah, it's really strange, because a city that was totally like designed for someone. You feel that, for example, they don't have... Yeah, it's like a round city. They have the shapes of an airplane.
Okay.
But São Paulo is this like everyone goes to São Paulo, because São Paulo is a place that have more opportunities. In the south of the world is the city with more flow of money, with more like activities and so on. They call it New York of the south. But coming from the countryside to Brazil, to this so huge city, in the moment that I was reading a lot, I was thinking about myself, about all the issues and things that was passing inside me. São Paulo was maybe too much of outside, and I was not prepared in this moment. And Buenos Aires, luckily, after São Paulo, was like a calm city to me. People say that it's crazy, because Buenos Aires is really intense. Also, it's a really intense city, but I like it. And the first, like in São Paulo, the first day I was amazed. And the second day I was amazed, but a little bit uncomfortable. And the third day I was, oh my God. The fifth day I was like, I cannot anymore here.
Yeah. But how is the feeling like? Because you're from a small town, then you went to a really busy town in your own country. Then even that is crazy. And then you went to a totally different country, which is around your region. But how did even your parents accept?
Is this thing that I think they have, my parents gave me a lot of love. And when people give you love, also give you confidence. And this is really beautiful. And confidence sometimes brings this challenge to the other that are like that want to protect you and everything. But I have this will that also was inspired by them. that I want to know about the things that I really want to know. So when I went to São Paulo, it was already, yeah, okay, go, but it's inside Brazil, so it's more understandable. When I said I'm trying to go to Argentina, mostly to my father was really like he was, Argentina, why, like so far away. My father never went out from Brazil because Brazil is too big, and also I'm from the region of Brazil, the name is Sertão, and this is an amazing and beautiful region. A lot of me I found that is connected with this place totally, with this territory and this culture, with this way of being and thinking. But it's also the most poor place of Brazil, in the sense of social justice and all these things. So mostly my family never went out of the region of Brazil. So I was like going to Argentina,
that's a
but I had a
thing.
plan, and I made it all, like I made the steps, I made the bureaucracy, and I made it by myself. So nobody could stop me in this way.
Yeah.
But I was always saying, trust. If something goes wrong, I just come back. But I never come back.
You just left and never said back.
No, but I visit, but
of course,
not so much.
So how was the school? How was it like? Picture it for us who have never been there.
In Buenos Aires?
Buenos Aires, yeah.
Was a totally different experience from Brazil, because in Brazil I was in Salvador, that is the capital of Bahia, and this was a university of more anthropology, and after the arts, and after cinema in the countryside. And in Argentina was this huge pavilion that was outside a little bit of the city, that was the University of Architecture. And design of image and sound, that is the audiovisual to them, was inside of the University of Architecture. And this like is a university totally based in the Bauhaus movement from Germany in the beginning of the century, that was trying to reshape all the architecture of the world. So this university is different by itself, like it's huge rooms and with big tables also to the architects. And we are like the strange people there, the audiovisual ones, using these tables not to make these drawings of buildings, but to get together and think about what you're gonna do outside of this. So the place was kind of a gathering place to the connection of people more than other things. And because also I was more connect with the borders or the idea of outside, I was always going out from Buenos Aires to film. And Buenos Aires was kind of my base that gave me a lot. But also because it's an intense city, I was going out a lot to the other regions to express with this tool that Buenos Aires was giving me. Again, this like desires to know about what we are in different areas, and this to me was connected with trying to understand different ways of living, or authentic ones.
So I really think that this is also based on your art and the videography that you do. It's really different. Like I haven't explored this type of art in my life, so it's really different for me. And for people who actually love those kind of art, it's really brilliant and beautiful to see. So with that being said, do you have any inspiration of other artists who have been doing it for a while?
Yeah, and also I believe that art is always a dialogue. Like even if you are doing everything by yourself, your inspirations, your masters, even that if these masters are just like someone far away that made something that inspired you a lot, art is always a dialogue. It's always like a conversation with the ancestors, with the ancestors also of the field of work that we do, and with the other that is with you in this particular art. I could name a lot, and also all the time they are appearing different places that I go appear, like from Poland I already have influences like Kieslowski, that is a really amazing first documentarist and after a filmmaker of fiction. He went to France. Here nearby also Tarkovsky from Russia, to say the ones that are around, that was making a really amazing, beautiful cinema that have a lot of connection with Christianity, I can see here.
Yeah.
And Tarkovsky brings this to the film in a way that is really sublime. And this also gave me this like inspiration. But yeah, from my region, Glaube Rocha is a filmmaker that was working the place, trying to take this culture out and showing it in a new way.
Yeah.
Chantal Ackerman is a French filmmaker that makes documentary about herself and her ideas. But yeah, I could name you like so many artists, because I think these dialogues always enrich you in the way that you practice your work. So it's important to listen, to see, and to be in contact with
most of the videos even I saw, they don't have conversations. They don't have conversations at all. It just speaks through the art and through the imagery that you see in the screen. And it's very focused on there's this art that I think it is on TikTok. There a lot of people are doing it, like simulating a sound, and they will do something close to the mic, and people just
ASMR.
SMR.
Yeah,
the SMR art. So it's basically combination of the video and the SMR.
This is nice. Yeah, I never thought about this, but it's true, because also to me, I think, because I said now this idea of evolving with the territory. I believe that the territory gives you a lot if you are attentive. And I can say that in the different places that I went, my art is constant transforming. It's hard to me to have one unique style, because things interfere in my life in a different way. So when I was in Argentina and I had the opportunity to go to be with the Guarani people, that is indigenous from the north of Argentina, or the Mapuches, that is from the mountains in the south, or when I had the opportunity to go to China or to Russia to film, one thing is that I was observating a lot these lifestyles, because they are so different for me. The indigenous people in the jungle, or the sheepers in the mountains. So I was always amazed, like, to observe and to hear. And in these particular regions, maybe influenced by, now like I said, my Spanish is my second language, is mostly the language that I most speak, more than Portuguese nowadays, but was not my mother tongue. So I was like making like the silent movies, or these movies that you are there with these people. Also because our regions that, and this is other thing, I'm really interested in the music, how music transmits feelings. And all these places that I went, music was really important and was really unique. So I was using the words through music, but not through like a normal, let's say, daily life words. And so it's more this kind of being there. Outside of the camera, I was speaking with the people a lot. I was living with them. I was, really sharing also about my life. Like a lot of conversation was on, but when the camera was on, I was like this kind of, like perceiving the other way of living, and trying also to transmit in the best way with what each region gives to you in the sense of space and time. Is really different in the mountains of the south of Argentina. That is a time that go really slow. So to me, to be just to this place, or to be kind to the reality of this place, I want you to show to the viewers this slowness, because we're more connected with this region. Or the Guaranis, the kids were always playing and making mysterious things. So also how I cut the film is more connected with this. after with the Senegalese community in Buenos Aires. Is Buenos Aires, so it's fast. So also the cut is fast, but when we are in the rituals, is other atmosphere. So I always trying to be kind with the experience that I have and try to translate it in the audiovisual. But for example, when I went to Portugal, and I had a lot of problems with like a lot of immigrants, and Portugal have the mother tongue of Brazil, Portuguese. Suddenly I became illegal there, and for the first time after connecting and showing the other lifestyles in like kind of without a lot of words, more the presence of the ambient and the sound, I finally found okay, here I need to speak something, even if it's like confusing, because my situation is confusing here also. So in Portugal, this lack of words in the other works started to appear a lot in this film, but in French, in Portuguese, in Persian, because also of the connections that I made there. So I can say that each place gave me another way of doing, and I don't know what Poland will give me.
So when you travel some places, first of all, how many languages do you speak?
Portuguese, Spanish, and English. I'm now learning Polish, and I understand a lot of Italian.
Okay.
Maybe because of these other languages, and because I went to Italy different couple times. But yeah, Polish is the 40 that I want to have fully. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm trying.
No, you can get used to it. Even though I stayed here for 4 years and I haven't learned a single word.
It's tough. It's different. Yeah,
it's tough. Yeah, but and you've been to all of these countries, different continents, very far apart. What do you think? What stand out for you? Which cultures stand out for you?
This is a question that I constantly make in the sense of coming back to the region where I was born, the Sertão, is a place of mixture a lot. We are Africans, Portuguese, and indigenous people mixed in a kind, like that is the Sertanejo, the people from where I come. We are this mix. And also this region is a region that don't have clear borders, because it's like a kind of ecosystem region that is not clear where it finishes. So maybe this inspired me a lot, this mixture and this lack of borders. So I always was interested in going to the borders to see what's mixing there. So this is why I film in the border of Brazil and Argentina, in the border of Chile and Brazil and Argentina, and in the border of cultures also, because, and this is a song of my region that says, I will say in Portuguese and after in English so I can help myself. Como posso saber de onde venho se a semente profunda eu não toquei? That means, how can I know from where I come if the profound seed I didn't touch yet? And this is a lot connected to this place of mixture. So how can I know like my African heritage? How can I know my indigenous heritage? Or all this is this kind of, let's say, I want to understand humanity, like this kind of huge thing, no, but in this complexity and this plurality, I'm to perceive different things, to be also a better human, maybe, like to see different ways of being in the world, to not have this prejudice about the different, but that sadly appear a lot in different places nowadays. But also, I believe this weird metaphor of the tree of the umbuzeira is a tree there that mostly this tree go far away in the with the leaves outside. Mostly the roots go down. So taller the tree to the outside, bigger the tree in the inside.
Okay.
So I believe that when you go far away from your, for example, place that you came from, like your body came from, you perceive more your roots. I don't know if it happens to you here, but I start to perceive more different things from Sertão in Argentina already. After in Portugal, even more. And now in the totally different Poland, even more in the sense that I perceive myself in this like nostalgia or in this kind of contemplation of the differences. So I like this stretching of going up to in the different regions also shows me a lot of these roots.
In your roots, yeah, finding
Yeah.
your roots while going upwards.
You spread your leaves, naturally your roots go deeper.
Yeah, I actually never thought about that. But you're actually right, to be honest. You're actually right. Because I came here, I explored a lot of things, I've done a lot of things, but still, I was also exploring in my past as well. I was finding out some stuffs. I was looking back. Even sometimes I look back of the conversations I had with my dad, conversations I had with my mom and stuff. I didn't even notice in that moment, but now I'm starting to notice those conversations that we had. So yeah, it's
really nice.
it's a really
It's
I never thought of
but
it's challenging
because it's stretching, but it gives you this perspective of amplifying, and you know the roots makes the trees in these roots they connect it and they give like nutrients information. So also I think when you start to go out and connect also with our roots, we kind of make kind of a web, a conscious web that also opens more the spaces where you are, like this responsibility.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm here in Poland, my responsibility, like Pavel from Sertão in Poland is totally different from from another like person from here that is always here in this in the same place.
Yeah.
You know?
Really interesting. So was you the same what was you doing when you was a kid, like because I have to ask you this. Was you the same kid who explores a lot, who thinks through of art, or how was it?
This is a really nice question and good, and yeah, we could speak here a lot in the sense that one of these influences that I said, that Andrei Tarkovsky, this filmmaker, he said that the childhood of an artist have like all the ingredients to this artist after, or to this person, like if you look. And I was growing up between two places. I born in Sertão, in this region that is really dry land. Is like Caatinga is Sertão, is because Sertão is also desert town, that is desert to the outsiders, but it's not a desert because you have like a dry season, but when it rains, that is not a lot. So this is why when I see rain, I'm happy, because and people here in Poland are like this, and rain, I'm like
Yeah.
because in my place rain is like blessing. When it rains, everything is green, but for 9 months maybe it don't rain, or sometimes more.
Oh, it won't rain for 9 months straight.
Sometimes can happen like this, and it's strange, no? Because in Brazil you have a lot, like you have the jungle, you have the Mata Atlântica, that is so rainforest. But
even
this
the Amazon
region
is right here in Brazil, right?
Yeah, Brazil have a big part of Amazon, but this place is like really opposite of Amazon in the sense it is really dry, but when it rains, is full of life. You can see it. But I was, part of my life was this region, and part of my life was between two cities, because my father is from this region and my father family is from this region, and my mother family is from the coast. So I was seeing the ocean and go inside to this. So, for example, in my childhood, I was also moving a lot between two kind of worlds in Brazil, different ones, in the sense of way of being, in the sense of the bodies and everything is different. It's nice to say that Bahia, these two places are in Bahia, but is a huge Brazil is a huge country, and Bahia is really big. For example, from city of my mother to the city of my father is 8 hours by car. In Africa also happens this, no? In Europe, 8 hours, like, I don't know, 4 countries maybe. But so this distance to me was normal distance. And in my childhood, I was playing between these two kind of ways of going through these dry places and trying to understand like this also the river, more connected with the river, a lot of play with the river that is also a dangerous river, but it's the river that gives everything to this region. Without this river, the people are not there, maybe, for sure, not maybe. And in the other side, the first capital of Brazil, and I was to say, Bahia is Africa outside from Africa. Like all the heritage from Brazil, Bahia, all the culture, the food, everything is very connected with African food and with African, with even the same tempero. And now I'm in Portuguese, like the
Grains,
taste,
okay.
the taste, the everything is really connected, and this is particular from Bahia, because you go to other places of Brazil and it's more indigenous or more European influence or more mixed, and Bahia is really like this. And so I was, these places already gave me a lot of perspective that humanity is like, is huge in the sense of possibilities of being, let's say.
Wow. Because I can imagine, I never thought of, you're the first person who told me about Africa existed in Brazil, because I've seen some of the clips that you about your art.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in Buenos Aires. That you have, it looks like Africa. And what was that place?
This was because I was in my last years in Buenos Aires. I was living a lot with the Senegalese community and also the Haitian community, but mostly with the Senegalese community. And I was suddenly, after, like I said, I was going out from Buenos Aires, like in the Fugir urban, like going out from the urban, because I like countryside. So sometimes I need this calmness of the different countryside. So I always made my works outside in the mountains, in the jungle, etc. But in this moment, I was not able, because I was teaching in the university. So I had to be more in the city. So the way that I found to go outside from Buenos Aires, living there, was to find another community that live and share a different way of being. So I start to be a lot in connection with the Senegalese community, particularly because they are a big community in Buenos Aires, in Argentina, and kind of these also make me feel in home, let's say. And this is the funny thing. I start to perceive more my African side because I was in Buenos Aires, far away from Bahia, because in Bahia, everything is from Bahia. You don't think a lot about, where it come from, why I feel like this, etc., etc. But with the Senegalese community, and it was really nice because I also help. Big is my friend, Amadou Camara, and I helped him to make also audiovisual. Now the community there have amazing equipment, and they film and they do everything. But I was also filming and being with them, but also really eating, being together, like a kind of brotherhood. So this Buenos Aires, this film of Buenos Aires is not about Buenos Aires, it's about immigrants in Buenos Aires, and particularly with the Senegalese and Haitian community that was more connected there.
Wow.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it a lot. It was really my family in this moment there.
Yeah, it's really brilliant because I've seen it, and like I told you, it have the ASMR type of thing, because you can hear every drop of the water. It was raining as well, so it was beautiful to see, and brilliant. All right, so we're back.
We are back.
All right. So we spoke about your past. We spoke about your work, and I think it's time to dive deep into your work and to see every individual work. Not every, but some of the things that I picked up on. So I translated some of the titles because you know, it's Polish.
different
Yeah,
languages.
different language. So I don't know what I don't want to butcher the pronunciation.
It's okay.
So there's there's a work called Beautiful Moon.
Mhm.
Beautiful Moon. I've seen that, and it's really amazing. It gave me a little bit of some scary things, and also different emotions. So can you please explain about Beautiful Moon?
Yeah, Beautiful Moon, and this is the original name is Jaci Porã.
Mhm.
That is Beautiful Moon in the language of the Mbeá Guarani people that are part of the documentary. And was really a transformative experience, was really beautiful, but yeah, also a lot of challenges in the
Yeah.
sense that was my first, let's say, my first film that was totally engaged with all the levels of it, also in the sense of the art part, but also in the sense of the responsibility with the other, with
Mhm.
this other that was the Jaci Porã community. And the first time that I went there was really beautiful. That the pajé is like the leader of the tribe. They tell me all the story. It was really beautiful, the connection. And can we do a film here? And they say, yeah, come to do a film here. Would be beautiful. I just ask one thing that have to be in the film. So one thing is that I want that in the film appears that these kids have to go to the road until the school to show that they have to walk like barefoot until the school in a place that cars pass and etc. Because you want to build a school in this place. So the only thing that I need is that you put this scene in the film. So
Yeah.
this was the only mandatory thing that I had to have in the film. And with the group, we say that and also they need medicines and they need so when I was to film it, because the first contact was just to speak the idea. When we went to always the little crew, they were maybe waiting for like a lot of meds, and we were like students. We came with a box of medicine, and I gave because I don't have like resources, so I gave my violin to them, like because they play, they make music, and so I think this expectative was other, but so the leader was not with us a lot, the other leader also, but the family kind of adopted me there in this community. So suddenly I was living with a family of Guarani people for this month, sleeping there in a tent nearby them, eating with them in the night. But yeah, they like the small kids were speaking Spanish because they were starting to go to school, but the grandmother, grandfather, because this particular family, they are orphans, so there are the kids and the grandfathers and grandmothers, and the focus is on the kids because of this playful and this like freshness, and because of this pet of the school, they just speak Mbeá Guarani. So as this kind of, we communicate with each other without the words, but with the confidence and being there. And again, this is why also the film have this essence, because we are just sharing and being there, and they are telling stories and I didn't understand, so I was honest with this also to the public. But the kids told me the story, so I made some scenes that was inspired by their stories that are there inside. So we create together this film, and was really intense also because when I was there in the jungle, they have a lot. For example, is a rainforest, so I was sleeping in a tent with all the equipment, and suddenly a huge rain starts to come, so I had to hide all the things, and in the middle of the night enter in the house of them with all the things, but they are always lovely to me, and
you guys were camping there.
I was camping, me and part of the crew was going to a house nearby and coming back in the early morning. No, but I was there because I feel this need to be there all the time to take more of the experience of this lifetime. Also, the confidence to be intimate with them. So I was sleeping there in the tent, and they are going to charge the batteries and stuff, because there we didn't have energy to charge the batteries of the cameras and all this stuff. But and I saw a lot of beautiful things and amazing experience. Like, for example, in this place, because of the rain, everything was mud, like on this mud, and it's like a red. You saw there is a red that is really, and I was walking and everything like
the
was
red mud, right?
mud,
Yeah.
and the kids were playing all the time, and they are clean. They knew how to walk in this place. They are so connected to the earth there, to the land there, that they knew how to to put the feet so they didn't get so dirty. And also you can see like oh wow. And yeah, but in the end also a lot of different things happened outside of the filming that was really intense and big experience. Like a friend that was, this Django is full of life. So it's not a silent place. It's a place that all the time you hear the animals, the birds, the insects, like you constant sound. And once we were walking there, and suddenly everything was in silence. Like, wow, what a silence! Like incredible, but still walking. And after we told it to them, like, we were working in a place, and suddenly it was a big silence, and they say, "You won't know what happens in the jungle when the jaguar, like the big cat, like the savage one, appear. All the animals, they say that because of respect, but because also fear, get silence, because
they don't want to leak their location."
So maybe we're close to this,
because
this silence was so intense there that was really perceptible. So this is one experience.
That means danger is near you.
So it's near, but this is a thing that I think was also like this observation, like why we are there. All the nature also observes you, So this is one of the histories there, but and in the end of the experience, they even gave names to me and the crew. It was really beautiful, and I'm really grateful, and I miss them in the sense that was a really beautiful and profound connection, and sincere. And after making the film, for example, these kids, they never went to the cinema. They never, most of them never saw a film. One of them saw a film, and was Iron Man 2 in a television of other tribe, but they never saw a film. And suddenly, we sent the film to a festival there that was a new festival. All the people saying, "Oh, you have to send to a big festival," but we want to send there because it was the place that where we make it. And we sent this, and we spoke with the government of the place, so they put all the kids and the people, this family, in the bus, and they went to the cinema, and the first film that they saw in the cinema was them on the screen. And I was, of course, crying and with a lot of emotions. And after the film, they because they have a particular music, they sing in the chorus. First they were smiling and crying, and while the film was showing. And after they make a song in the end after the credits to all the festivals. So it was an amazing experience to all the people there. And so this complement the experience, not only filming but also bringing back the film to the region.
The first film they saw is their face on the screen,
on the big screen. They never saw a film even in the television. Suddenly most of them was like happy and crazy about this. It was really beautiful.
That gotta be crazy. Because if that was my first film and I just saw my face, that would be.
Of course, they have the experience of seeing maybe videos in the school or something like this, but never in the cinema, never in the big screen, and never a film complete. So
what I learned about this as well. Now you said that when the forests get quiet, you should be afraid. That means the danger is near you. Wow. And there are other works that you have done as well, which is Diary of a Crime, which is inspired by you staying in Europe illegally. How did it come with?
Yeah, this is is really a totally kind of different film of this first one and the other ones after this first one, because was always about the other, like I was connecting with, let's say, the other and out like otherness, and to experience, to share, to understand more. When you are with the other, you always also learn more about yourself. But in Diary of a Crime, after always being in this side of the camera, in the other side of the camera, because it was my experience, I said, no, now I have to put
Yourself
my body
in front, yeah.
in the front of the camera, because it makes sense now, because it's my experience, kind of, no? But also this was a project that came from a need, because I thought, okay, I decided to stay in Portugal, because I came to Portugal because a musician called me to make her video clips in Porto, because I made one in Buenos Aires. She liked it, so I want to go, because I bought a house in Lisbon, so I want to make 2 video clips there. I can pay you the travel if you can stay in my house, and you can come. So I went, and I always wanted to know Portugal, because the colonization of Brazil, so a lot of things I could understand. But I was planning to go in 2021 to Portugal. But this was 2019, and okay, let's go. And I went, and I made the video clips, but I also started to know people from my area, from the audiovisual area, and I started to like it. And I decided to take the risk of staying, even with this problem with the documents, because I was feeling, okay, no, I now I want to be here. I need it, and now let's. But this illegality, is can be hard, is dangerous, etc. So I said I have to make a film about it, or I will get crazy. And I need to translate the experience outside from me, like kind of I don't want to use
Kind
this
of a
word, but a
therapy.
therapy
Yeah.
or a transformation, a transmutation of this agony or these problems. And also the immigration and this thing of the documents is sadly a universal problem in Europe, now in United States a lot. So it's like so what to do? I have to do something, and I made like this. I became, and this is something that is part of the film, I became illegal in the day of the human rights, and in the 10th of December.
Wow.
So the first scene of the film was this improvisation with a French friend. Okay, I wrote something in my diary. I need you to read this, because we need to do something with this. And the film started there with this need to, okay, today is the day of the human rights, and I'm losing my rights. And this,
How ironic is
yeah,
that?
and this and this is beautiful. This film was made totally with the help of friends. It was a film like in the other places I was connecting with the community of the local. In here I was doing everything together with friends, and also with friends putting the body for me also, this kind of game, because I'm illegal, I have to hide, no? So I start to use other bodies to represent myself, bodies that here are secure. For example, a French friend, so she can appear like Pavel Tavares, a friend from Portugal, he can appear like Pavel Tavares. But also I was playing with my faith, with my doubts, with everything, using also the aesthetics of the cinema that influenced me from Europe, in the sense that, okay, if I don't have a document, so I will be doing a documentary of not having a document, and documentary is a document of reality. I will create this with the aesthetic of the films from here. So like a kind of irony, saying like, okay, my document have the aesthetics of the films from this region that was influencing me all my life. So I have a lot of homage to filmmakers or to scenes of European cinema in this film, but also of my roots, also of my faith, etc., that appears there, always trying to translate these different moments of kind of, or doubt, agony, all these feelings that come to you when you are in a place without documents and with fear that something bad can happen to you.
Yeah, that's really a vulnerable state to be in.
Yeah.
And to express it with art, yeah, I think it's a good therapy.
Yeah, it's kind of I need it for sure.
Yeah, that's a good therapy.
But it was different to have like this kind of transformation.
The irony is perfect. I mean, in the day of human rights, you just lost your yeah. How was the feeling though? Like, how was when you expressed your anger? Like, I can, of course, I've seen the film, but personally, without the film, how was you feeling like in person?
Was this? I passed through different like moments of this feeling. No, first was this kind of first was this kind of incompressive feeling, after sometimes anger, sometimes a lot of fear, because I also was without documents and COVID came, so I went out from the city because in Lisbon they are asking documents of everyone, even from the Portuguese, because of the COVID times. No, the police was. So I went out from the city. I ran away from, and I was living the countryside of Portugal, in the mostly the place that you don't have.
Was you alone?
In this moment, yeah, I was alone, and I in Portugal I meet my girlfriend that she's from Poland. So this is another story. But I went there, but I have a lot of friends that was helping me with the film, but also because I was working with audiovisual, I started to work with institutions, making videos, make small documentaries to have some money. And also, while I was doing this film to express myself.
Wow, amazing! I think people should go and watch that. And
I can send it.
Yeah, that they should watch that. I think we should put the link.
Yeah, totally. I can send it, totally.
You can find the link down the description. All the films I have mentioned here, also they can see it on the screen as well.
Marvelous.
So the other one, and the most, I will say, also impressive one. Everything is impressive, but this one is also impressive. Is about Alexander. The story of Alexander, which the guy who lives in Kirov in Russia. How did you even find him?
Yeah, this is Alexander was a really incredible experience for me, in the sense that first I was selected in my university in Buenos Aires, the VGIK, that is the Cinema University of Russia, that is the oldest cinema university in the world. They have like a summer school that you go there to make films in different regions. Every year was in different regions. So I was selected to the summer school, and because my name is Pavel, because the weird situation, not because I have anything to Western Europe heritage.
Yeah.
But my mother and my father, when they meet each other, they were reading the same book, and Pavel was the character of the book, so they get in love while they are reading the story of this Pavel. So they decided that my name will be Pavel. And in Brazil, I never met any Pavel, so I was the only Pavel.
I hear it in Poland,
and here is a lot of people. So it's the first time that when I came to Poland, I was hearing like Pavel, and I was like, but here everyone is Pavel. But in Brazil, like
nobody's.
No, I saw like in the census these days, and in Brazil you only have like 100 of Pavels in all the stories. So you don't have Pavels there. So yeah, my name is Pavel. So I start to, since I was a kid, I was reading like books and places like this book that is from Russia, and finally I had the opportunity to go to Russia to film something. I didn't have the money, so I make the crowdfunding. So I get the money with crowdfunding. That was really nice to go, and in Kirov, like they give you make a contact with people that are also from the university. So they gave me a friend that's still a big friend of mine, that was sound designer, other that was the producer, and that was cameraman, and after the montage. So it was really structured. That was not common for me, because in Argentina was all guerrilla style, in the sense that was doing all the things, but there was like this Russian method. All these friends now are not in Russia. They went away because of the situation there. Yeah, they don't want to participate in this. But in this moment, we were in Kirov, and I had to do something and I didn't like new place totally and I start to see things on internet, and I saw this priest, the Orthodox priest, like some notice of him in the television, like, but in internet, and I was like, oh, this person is intriguing me, like a priest that is a motorbiker Christian club.
It's a motorbiker, yeah.
Yeah, motorbiker Christian club by a priest. Okay, let's try to know this person. And the producer, that was amazing, like passionate person, get the contact of Alexander, and we met Alexander, and we met and sit together and start to speak, and with my friend translating. And he had a really tragic, hard life. He was a priest, the Orthodox priests have to have a family. They have to be married. Is different from our Catholic from Rome, and he had a family, but he had a divorce, so he get at the same time expelled from the church, and he could not see the kids, so, and like was a lot, and he was this motorbiker, but he wanted to go to Venezuela, like all the things, and he was also a soldier from one war, so he had traumas from the war, so he was this kind of tragic character, and I was like, wow, so don't make sense to create a like the direct daily life of today, but if you are like Alexander, if you want, we can create in the short amount of time that we have together, create scenes that represents the different areas of your life, like little pearls of your life that represent all these that you pass through, not in a direct way, but translate the feelings and the situations of not being with the kids, or being part of the church and being part of this motorbike Christian club. And of course. And one thing that people were gonna see already with this spoiler, but in the middle of filming this documentary, this performative documentary, because he's performing to the camera, he was traveling with the motorbike, and he had a heart attack. So he was in a hospital kilometers away from Kirov, and we still have to make some scenes with him, that we make a script to this. And I was like, oh my god. And this was a lot of challenges, because
while filming,
we still have to make 2 scenes. He had the heart attack, and it was the second heart attack of him. He had already the other one. So what we gonna do? And he was so friendly to us that he called one colleague of the motorbike Christian club to make of him. So some scenes are with this friend that came to be him in this film.
Impersonate him on the film.
And this also was a beautiful experience, because again, like people giving each other, giving community, even with the problem, helping you to create this vision, that because a film is always a collective vision, even if you have a director, is a collective vision of all the people that are working with this. But with the help of this friend, we could do all the different moments of the film. And this song also is about the war, because but also that this will be a spoiler without a spoiler. The last scene was not plain like this, was also an accident, but was so representative of this person that we said this have to be in the film. Like, you're gonna see the film, you're gonna perceive why I cannot give the spoiler.
People have to see this film.
But this end was kind of, I feel that, I don't know if God gave us this possibility of have this end, but it was a problematic end, but was, we didn't plan, and was the thing that we didn't plan was there, giving the finale to the film.
Wow.
So we are grateful for this also.
That's really amazing. And we're back again.
Here we are.
So we spoke about Alexander. Amazing story. I think people should watch it. We should put the links down on the description.
Dr. Peter.
So I have this question, but I don't know. It might be true.
Mhm.
It might be really amazing question, but it might be a really awful question at the same time. So
It's never awful if it's sincere.
yeah. So is it a coincidence that I've seen a lot of your photography as well? Is it a coincidence that you have the back of a person, or is it a signature, or what is the art behind it?
Is a good question.
Okay.
This is connected with two things. Mostly, let's say, if I can divide like this, one is this influence of Andrei Tarkovsky, this filmmaker from the Soviet Union. He made a lot of these shots in his films. And when I saw his filmography, it's a really amazing, it's really different filmography. He only made 7 films, but the 7 films are amazing. And he had these shots, these backhead shots, and I kind of was attracted to it a lot. And I start to think about why I like these shots so much, what I like to accompany this person without seeing directly the face. And I start to think about it, and I made a film about it. That is the Nukas de Tarkovsky, that is the backhead of Tarkovsky, using his films and my kind of reflections about this, because I was using in my films this also because I was feeling already that to show the back of the head of someone, you don't see the face, but you see the point of view of this person. So at the same time you can share the point of view of this character, you kind of put yourself in this position also, you know? So you transpass the character, and because you don't see the face, you also kind of, how can I say, you project your own emotions in the character, not the emotions of the actor directly, that have all the actors are like their own way of expressing, but everyone have our own way of expressing different emotions. So when you have the back of the person there, and you see also the point of view, you project yourself there. So I was feeling this after reflecting, after using, I made this film that is an essay film that is connecting the Tarkovsky's films with my again my doubts, my feelings, and emotions, using the nukas, the backheads, like a motif of one of the films. But yeah, they appear a lot because of this that I try to translate here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that I asked that question, because I was looking at the question a lot. I was like, should I ask this? It might be... Yeah.
You got it. You got it. No, you got it. And this is another film that can be in the links, but because it's a film that use material of other person that inspires me. And is a film of transition, because was after all these kind of films without words, was the first film with words, because it's an essay, so I have to speak and to question in the film. And after this film was Diary of a Crime, that is a lot of words. So it was like a good transition between as appearing there already, I appear in some scenes there, speaking about these backhead shots, particularly. And after I make a film that I could, be really in front without only the backhead, but in front of the camera.
Yeah, that's really impressive to actually thought of that, because we always tend to see the faces in the pictures, because it's very unusual to have the backhead shots. So the way you say it, it's like to see the point of view of that person. Yeah, it's more...
Or to project your
feelings.
But also, other thing is, one Puerto Rican filmmaker, that I met in the United States when I was there in the Flaherty seminar. That is a marvelous seminar to documentary filmmakers. Really beautiful one that was also a before-after to me, of my confidence to make experimental movies, let's say. because I met a lot of experimental filmmakers there. She said that because she also was using backheads, but mostly like even not backhead, like parts of the body, stuff like this. And she said that her grandmother said that to give the face is like a gift, the face to the other, to be like this. And you don't give the gift all the time, or people will not give the value to it. In the film, I was like, oh, this is also something that this is maybe why is one of the things that I like. I don't know, but this is her perspective, no? But it's also one thing, like when you suddenly you see the face, not all the time, and you see the face, it's like this, no? When you miss our parents or our friends from far away, when we see their faces, we feel a lot. And sometimes when you are living with them day by day, we don't perceive that this is so valuable to see suddenly someone connecting with you. So it's other also maybe thing of this.
So
I don't know.
Your work expresses a lot of emotions. I would say it crosses a lot of borders. You've been to a lot of places. Have been shot in a lot of locations. So how do you even come up with a different shot to take, or with the idea of expressing your culture, the culture you want to express? How is the process for you behind the camera? Because this art, I believe in art, it needs freedom, right? It needs you need to be free in the mind and physical as well.
Yeah,
to express yourself very openly. So I wanted to know the process.
Yeah, to me this freedom is something really important, and also is what makes difficult maybe some kind of patience in the process of bureaucratic things to make, for example, a movie with the grants and with the all the bureaucracy to build it. So mostly of the films that I made was on the way, like I didn't receive after maybe some prizes, like gave me something to after the film, but most of the film I was doing without expending money, but without earning money, for example. No, I was doing because of the need of doing this mostly. And this gives you a lot, because give you this freedom, but also is the guerrilla thing of you do, and also you are doing everything by yourself or with a little crew. But with this was the possibility that I have in all this like beautiful, even in other countries, like with this possibility of doing in the moment, was my kind of way of doing it, going and living with the idea in the head and the camera in the hand, doing this. But each project asks for a different production work. And I believe that, for example, we before outside of the camera speaking about Frankenstein, that is now now is a film that are in Netflix, and is a big production, and they need this amount of production to make this dream come true, like a film. Some films need this, and you have to have the patience to construct in the industry way. Some other films are more expressions of a nature or a feeling or of a moment that need to go even if you don't have all the resources, and will be also appealing and emotional and with all the value that can be, even without this production. So depends of the film. Maybe, for example, I have the desire of making a film in the mountains here. This film I need that I have to be more patient. I have to have a production and go with more preparation, because I'm in the other etap of my life. In other country that is different how to approach the persons, and also because this film maybe needs like a other way of doing. But each film that I made was in the way that the possibility gave me, and in the way of finding how to film it, because I desire it a lot. For example, with the Guarani people was like the 10th, a house nearby to charge the material, and they are there. With in the mountains of the south of Argentina, that is Ojo de Mar, that is a feature film documentary. One of the things that we want to film the 4 seasons there, because are really important in the daily life. The winter is totally different from the autumn, that is totally different from the summer, and so on. So we have to go there each season. So it's hard, but we had this friend producer that was more like finding how to be there without all the production. So in the summer we slept in the school because the kids were not there. In the winter we slept in the in the dorms of the kids that also were not there. In the autumn we slept in different houses or in the fireman place and like this, and in the springtime we slept in a little house in the middle of one of the villages. So we always find a way of doing it, but this is what is so personal in making art. Like, everyone finds a way of producing it. Sometimes you have to have more patience to a project to burn. And other ways you just have to have the confidence to create this because it asks you for it. And you also have to do it. So different projects was in different ways of doing, because also the region, the geography, the people, and the time was different to this.
Yeah. So when people experience your work, what do you want them to feel rather than think?
You know, in Brazil, a song that says, "Tô te explicando pra te confundir, tô te confundindo pra esclarecer." That lets me try to translate is like something like, I'm confusing you to I'm explaining you to make you confused. I'm confusing you to make everything clear. Estou iluminado para poder cegar. I'm enlightened to like make you blind, and I'm being blind to be a guide. Confusing, but just to say that to me is more important the transmission of a feeling, of emotion, of a way of being. For example, in a lot of films, like to translate my perception of space and time, of a place, of a live, like way of live, then understanding in the rational way. So sometimes it's more this kind of I believe that the aesthetic experience, like the religious experience, can come from an area that is not the rational mind, that is like the rational experience. So art have this possibility, like to be a portal that you don't have to understand everything. You have, of course, to recognize things, so you can mix your rational part with your feelings, and also something that is above this, so you can more than understand, connect, and feel something. And this is what I mostly desire, like that people have also to give themselves, to have other, to encounter something that maybe have other kind of timing of life, so you can dive in other reality with the film or with the art, but also within yourself, within your kind of inner travel. Let's say, feeling to travel inside and outside.
That is beautiful, because I feel like when we watch artists or somebody who connects with our life, artists connect with people through their art, right? To express what they're feeling, to express what their culture is, what they love, and some people see it and admire it because they connect with it, they connect with the story, they relate to it. Relatability is also one of the key things that key thing is that artists take. So people, if you ask every individual, they would say different things about different artists, because the way they perceive it is through their own lens. and through their own life experiences.
Totally.
Because everybody doesn't have the same experience, and of the places that they live even dictates on how they perceive some certain things. Even I saw that in Ethiopia, from where I came from, our culture is very tight, and you're not allowed to do some certain out of the line stuff. There's always a line that is there, and you don't have to cross it. So when you bring like American culture, like Northern American culture in Ethiopia mix, it will be a real problem, because it is really out of the ordinary. It's totally different, and that kind of difference makes it, because of the culture and also because of the people who lives in it, I believe. And the art is also different because of that kind of differences that we have. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. That I just wanted to add that one, because
no, it's amazing to hear it also, because I really believe this thing that art can connect also between these these differences, that sometimes the daily meeting maybe is harder to connect, because it's the experience that share, like most than only the speaking, the rational parts, and also the feelings. But it's yeah.
So so with that being said, so how do you think people, not just artists, can connect like creatively to their own culture, and also to explore their past?
Well, this is a profound question, but maybe I can not answer totally, but give some hints or ideas that I have connected with this, that I already spoke, this idea of the tree and the roots and everything. I think when you are open, for example, to the other, to hear, to share, to perceive from beyond the image that you have from the other person, if you are open to see without an image, like a predetermined image, you can not only to art, but you can like create this human inner bridge that goes beyond culture, because we are humanity. No, we have different cultures and different places, because the regions, because of the history. But in the end, we are like humans, and we share all these kind of languages and cultures. But in the end, we share the same nature, and we are from the same creation, and we are always trying to reach the creation, the creator, what we believe or to feel, what we question. And I think that artists and everyone that want to not only make art, but connect sincerely with life and understanding of who we are, we have to try to see the other without like a predetermined image, and to be together, even if we are really different, to learn from the other something about not only the other, but also about you, how you respond to the other, how you feel like some things that you cannot go because it's really different, or something that you can across to break on you, something that is hard and like a wall. Some walls we need to protect ourselves, but a lot of them is more like of prejudice or something like this that don't help you like a human, and also don't help you at all like an artist. So I think this openness to the unknown. So I was coming here to the podcast without knowing Ursus. I don't know the neighborhood, was the first time. So I was excited because I didn't know any of you. So it's totally new. So I don't have any image of what is gonna happen here. But this gave me like at the same time of this, fear, but more than the excitement of going to the unknown. But I know that there will be people, lovely people for sure, that share the desire of communicating something with others. This I already know, but I didn't know any of you. But this to me was nice also, because I didn't have an image of what is gonna happen. So I was open to the
Yeah.
to the possibility,
To
and here we are speaking about so different and, I don't know, meaningful and also absurd
Yeah.
things in a Friday night. I really appreciate it.
I really appreciate that you came through as well.
Thank you.
It's really brilliant conversations that we have, and it's, you know, it's the thing that you're talking about, the unknown. Always going to the unknown but most people tend to ignore or not try even to do the unknown. We tend to explore more. We tend to know the thing first before we actually experience it. And yeah, it's really brilliant that you said that, because you don't know us. You haven't we haven't spoken before.
No.
We connected,
But we had a good friend in common.
Yeah.
And this friend that is a friend with also a presence of care.
Yeah.
I was secure because he transmit me that he was inviting me to something that was also full of care.
Yeah.
Or so, yeah, to trust a little bit is good. It's risky, but it's worthful a lot.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So before we close this, before we go into the last segment, if our listeners take one lesson that you've learned from life and implement it in their life tomorrow morning, what would they be?
Oh, wow. Wait. Because life is giving lessons every day, I feel. So I'll take a second to think about, in this moment, what is today bringing to share. I think it's this that we just spoke in the last sharing moment, of try to be open to the other. For sure, like this, you're gonna understand more about yourself. So to be open to the unknown, but is also to connect with people without a previous image, like trying to see the other without a prejudice, pre-perception, everything. This opens a lot. Also, even if the other you perceive that have an image about you because you are maybe an immigrant, or because you are from different religion or culture, or etc. Even if you see that the other have this image made for you, you have the responsibility to try to do. And you know, I it's not my words, because also, like I say, you are not only in art dialoguing with all the history of art. Also, we are dialoguing with all the history of humankind. And I really think that this to love the other, like Jesus said to me, this is like the words of Jesus to me is still the most simple and profound words that humanity still have to listen to. Is there, like, and these two things, to love the other like as yourself. I do more in Portuguese, I know more, para amar o próximo como a ti mesmo, is always a way of trying to perceive the other without this image, without this prejudice. This is one thing that is not my words, is a dialogue that to me is really important. And the other thing is also from the same wisdom, that is to not do to the other what you don't want that the other do to you. Is this in the same ideas, no? And this is why to me is not like something, is not a lesson that I learn in my life, but is a lesson that I try to update in my perception of every day. I am doing it. Sometimes I ask, what is love? No, what is love? Not like the music, but like, what is this? But I know that even with this mystery of this word and this mystery of these words, that sometimes it's hard. How I gonna like love the person that maybe hates me? It's confusing. The simplicity of this phrase that you can translate to any language and will be the south of the earth, will be taking the best of any culture because it's universal, is something that if you are Christian, if you are Muslim, if you are Jew, if you are atheist, don't matter, because it's something that unites us, the love and the perception of humanity. If you try to understand these words in a way of putting in your daily life, I think you're gonna find a lot of interesting things to say, at least one of the possibilities. For example, maybe you come from a poor region of a poor family, and suddenly you are in another continent, in another country, living experience and sharing with people of other country also, that only being confident with this movement, you'll be able to do. Sometimes it's rushed, sometimes the life is just falling on you, and you go to work with a pain in the in the heart because something happened. But if you breathe and try to perceive that you only live once, you with your body, me with my body, even if you believe in the afterlife, here this experience, even if it's other lives, you only, Pavel Tavares, will only exist once. I have to be attentive to the present and to try to understand everything with this love, affection, and care, because I want that the world also give love, care, and attention to me and to everything that are around me, not only humans, but all the creation, let's say. I don't know if I answer, but like I say, just trying to transmit what today I can transmit with your profound and big, beautiful question.
Amazing. That's a beautiful answer. And love each other always. You have to be very open to the unknown as well. So guys, you have listened, and it's time it's time to go to the last segment of our show.
Woohoo. Not woohoo because it's finishing, because I see what is coming. And this is, I can do it. Celebration, come on. A goal liberation. A goal liberation. It's a goal liberation.
So yeah, it's that time again to celebrate our guest. I believe that people, they don't have a chance to celebrate their own achievements, because I think it's natural for people to overlook their own achievements and to play the imposter syndrome. So they say
a lot of this also happens to me.
Yeah, so it is a time for us to recognize and celebrate your achievement.
Ooh.
So we will give you this champagne for you to open.
Wow. I hope to not make an accident.
Always the production team is always hiding.
Perfect. Production teams, something happened, please. Oh, here I found it.
Here you go.
Okay.
I have confidence in you, so like
lights. Let's take care of the lights.
Okay. Yeah. So just give us the perfect pop, the artistic pop.
Artistic pop. A little bit of mystification.
Okay.
And
ooh, yeah.
Just a little bit of mist.
Yeah, a little
Winter
bit of
is
mist.
coming. No, first, please.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, please. Thank you for this. I didn't expect so marvelous reception and gifts.
All right, say cheers.
Celebration. A goal liberation. A goal liberation.
A goal liberation. He gave us a word, actually. It is a goal liberation from now on. So
good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. I always appreciate this one.
Please make if you want to collaborate, but maybe you want to sponsor.
Yeah.
A go with the goal liberation.
A goal liberation.
Let's see.
Miko, let's see. Maybe it will happen.
Really good.
Yeah. Let's talk ourselves away to it. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was an amazing experience talking to you.
To me too. Thank you. Sorry for speaking a lot, maybe,
Nah.
but I was happy to share with you something about the today's feelings with all these histories that we share.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Salute.
Salute. Again, cheers.
And collaboration.
And for people who are watching, thank you very much for tuning in until this time.
Yes.
We have put all of his work on the description, so you just gotta click in. And yeah, as always, like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much.
Subscribe.
Cheers again.
Thank you.